Ready. Nobody's on. You got it going. Brilliant. Yep. And the Zoomers are in, or nearly. Nope, nobody. That's right.
How many states?
Excuse me?
Did you find out how many states are represented? Doesn't matter, but is Florida represented? It's important to me because I lived there for many years. Yeah.
Nobody yet.
Evening. Good evening, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, our new mayor, Claire Collar-Malloy. I'm really just doing the introductions and to let you know what the running order of the evening is going to be. Our new mayor, or mayoress, of the Ennis Municipal Council is going to say a few words, followed by our outgoing chieftain, Jody Keke, all the way from St. Charles, St. Louis, Missouri, and indeed her IT specialist husband, Marvin. And last but not least, I'll say a few words in that I'm the incoming chieftain tomorrow at Dysert Castle. So, without further ado, I'd like to call on Claire Collar-Malloy to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here as newly anointed mayor, not mayoress apparently, it's the fair or her. But anyway, good evening. You're all welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and all the OD Clan members that hail far and wide, not just from Ireland, but from Australia, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and I understand 14 states of the United States are represented here tonight as well. And that's very dear to me because I spent close to 20 years in Florida and spent a lot of time also in the state of Virginia, and I understand both states are represented here this evening. So I look forward to meeting you particularly. So as you know, Shane has done well enough to say what my name is, but I'll repeat it in case you've forgotten already. I'm Claire Cullen-Malloy, and I'm currently the mayor of the Ennis Municipal District, which includes more than the actual town of Ennis. And it truly is my great honor to welcome you all here. The 11th International OD Clan Gathering. It's a wonderful occasion. We were a year late, I know that, but we do warmly welcome you on your return to Ennis, and I'm sure it will be one to remember. It's great for us all to have that sense of freedom restored to us. I don't need to tell any of you how important the name OD is, and may I acknowledge that amongst our high-level staff members within the Ennis Municipal District is Eamon OD. He's our senior executive engineer, and he's here tonight. And I'm sure it's a proud moment for him to be here and see such a turnout for this gathering. I also want to acknowledge our senior executive officer, who's also here tonight, Ms. Leonore O'Neill, and the staff members like Lily and Neve, without whom these kind of events just don't run quite as smoothly as they actually do. So well done to you all for this. The defeat of Richard de Clare by the O'Ds and the allied clans at the Battle of the Dysert O'D in 1318 ended the Norman power here in Thomond. This notable historical event influenced the course of history here. It meant that the Kingdom of Thomond would remain beyond foreign control for over 200 years, an era of comparative peace. The 15th century Dysert O'D Castle, which was the stronghold of the O'D clan, and Dysert O'D Church, which dates mainly from the 12th century and stands on the site of an early Christian monastery, are an important part of the built heritage and archaeology of our county. Therefore, the OD clan gathering is not only a celebration of a family name, but is a reminder to us all of our shared history and heritage. This triennial event is so important for building and maintaining connections with fellow members of the clan and ensuring that the Dysert OD Clan Association remains strong into the future. Your gathering here in our lovely town of Ennis and Clare brings a financial benefit to us all, both in the county and in the town, and we are thankful for that. We wish you every continued success in these reunions. I understand that you have an action-packed weekend, and I hope that you enjoy your time here in our county and our town. You're very, very fortunate with the weather, and it is promised good for the foreseeable future. So we're all so thankful for that, because we can never rely on the weather here. But I do look forward to remaining here afterwards and meeting you personally, especially those of you from Florida and Virginia. So please let yourselves be going. Okay, thank you very much. Well, just a few words. We're here. Yeah. How many conversations we had in the Zoom calls we've had over the last couple of years? Should we go? Should we not? What's going on? What about COVID? Oh, is that not a horrible word, COVID? We wanted to erase from our vocabulary, but we're here. I'm so thankful that we have our member and the states that are represented. It's fantastic to have this much of a representation. This means a lot to me. I'll be stupid and girly for a second. My Irish heritage has always meant a lot to me.
though I did not know very much about it when I first started all of my family research, but I knew they were proud, strong people. And that's certainly proved the case as I've met so many of you over the years, that you too love your ancestry and we're very proud of it. And I think it's a little too simplistic, but has to be said that if Jack and Enola had not taken a right off the beaten path in the 1970s, probably we would not be what we are today with the castle, etc. So I always think we need to thank the O'Days from Wisconsin. And have a good weekend. And yes, it is good weather. Those of us from St. Louis, we left 97 with 105 with the heat index. So this is quite lovely. Thanks a lot.
It's me again. It's not an apparition. Céad míle fáilte le gach éin an seo, tá anna áthas orm a bheith an seo le sibh go léir. 100,000 welcomes to all of you who have travelled far and wide, and I am so delighted to be here with you on this most beautiful occasion in this gorgeous civic building here on the Big Road in Ennis, County Clare. My son Rory got married a week ago, and he's on his way from Dublin with his new wife, Elizabeth, affectionately known as Beth. And when I had to give the father of the groom's speech at the wedding, I was given 6 minutes. So I need somebody to time me and to let me know if I overrun my 6 minutes. Having worked all my working life in human resources, I do tend to speak a lot. So mea maxima culpa, should that happen. I would like to start by again thanking our Mayor, Claire Malloy, and I have reason to believe that I might have gone to school with her older brothers in St. Flannan's, as I hail originally from the New Road in Ennis in County Clare. However, for the last 40 years or so, I have spent my time in Blackrock in County Dublin. I joined the OD clan gathering. I was a kind of a newbie in that I didn't start until around 2007, when James OD from Clontarf, Dublin, and his wife Laurie, who's from Ennis here, would have been the main organisers of the event. It is hard to believe that we are into the 11th international clan gathering. It is going over 30 years. We are a shining light to the clans of Ireland. We are an envy insofar as that we have been able to attract a diaspora from far and wide. And indeed, I call this a boutique clan gathering because it's smaller, where we have 14 states from America. We have a representative from Australia. Unfortunately, the pandemic prevented our friends and family from coming from that part of the world. But hopefully in 3 years' time, in 2025, we will see all that happening again. I'd like to take you back to the last clan gathering in 2018. It is hard to believe that we had approximately 200 people sitting where you are sitting here today. It was absolutely incredible, literally from all over the world. And it's testimony to the bonds, the strengths, the friendship, the camaraderie that we have. And indeed, it's so wonderful that a civic reception is hosted on our behalf. Indeed, it makes us feel proud. Maybe the warrior comes out on us when we walk from the Old Grand Hotel up to Drumbigle Road, up to this fine place here, and particularly with bagpipers. You know, I won't quite say that we're playing a war cry, but you know, I saw a lot of chests sticking out proudly as you walked behind them. It's 4 years since we had our last clan gathering in 2018. That was such a memorable occasion. We had an enactment of the battle at Dysert OD. Sometimes it got a little bit out of control in that people thought they were actually reenacting a battle. And John O'Day III, we had horsemen, horse people. I'm trying to be inclusive as best as I can. It was a fabulous day and we had a wonderful barbecue. And again, the gods smiled friendly on us that particular day. The fact that we're having this event here this evening tells us more about the mentality of the municipal council. The fact that they have hosted many, many receptions for us here in this lovely building. They are obviously proud to see people come from far and wide. They recognize the rich heritage of the ODs. We are so fortunate to have a castle and antiquities that are around that castle, which make it an incredible trail, historical trail or an archaeological trail for people to walk about. You will have that opportunity tomorrow under the guidance of Dick Cronin, Richard E. Cronin, who has brought out a book notably known as The Rebel Clan. And it is a good read. I'm interested to know who is here for the first time. Will you put your hand on? Wow. Can we have a round of applause for the newbies? Who's here for the second time? Can we have a round of applause for the not so newbies? Who's here 3 times? Another round of applause. Four times. Greater than 5 times. It is a great occasion to celebrate a clan reunion. And I'm going to make an exception and maybe call out 1 or 2 people. And hopefully I won't get a little tear in my eye. But I'd like to acknowledge Elizabeth O.D. Clancy. Can you put your hand up, Elizabeth? Elizabeth is my aunt and comes originally from Ballyganner, which is a townland between Lemona Castle, where Maura Rua lived, and Kilfenora, County Clare, which was the Pope's parish. Kitty, Elizabeth was the sister of our late Aunt Kitty, who was the infamous piano player with the Kilfenora Cayley Band for 50 years. There was a celebration for Kitty in Kilfenora last weekend, and if she had been alive, she would have been in her 100th year, and it was to commemorate her piano prowess when it came to traditional music. I know my Aunt Elizabeth was there, and I believe it was a great occasion. I would just like to acknowledge Karen Dwyer, who helped organize the gathering this weekend and has brought a professionalism to it, maybe more than I could have. I know I do a little bit of talking, and we're all sort of blending our skills, we're all inclusive as to what we are good at. I'm not going to say much more, but that we have an exciting weekend for you. I know there is a reception here afterwards, and later this evening, Jane O'Brien, who's a PhD student in Limerick University, will give us a talk on the O'Brien and the OD interactions going back from medieval times. Tomorrow, we will have a surprise in that we have it's an awful word, the coronation of me, as the incoming chieftain. And when I was elected as Taoiseach 4 years ago, my battle cry, or my motto for what it was worth, was bringing it home, bringing it back home to Ireland. Because over the last number of years, the chieftains have been from the United States, from Australia, from New Zealand, from the United States, from the United States. So I kind of felt it was time to bring it home. So tomorrow, at Dysert Castle, we will have in our company the Cathaoirleach of the Clans of Ireland, which is the umbrella group of all the clans that are associated with the Clans of Ireland, Garrod O'Callaghan. And he will be bringing the ceremonial sword to add to the occasion. And I believe there's other elements with that we haven't witnessed before. Then on Saturday evening then, we have a lovely Cayley in the House in Balmratty Folk Park on Saturday night. And on Sunday then, with the help of Glen coaches here in Ennis, we will be taken to the Cliffs of Moher, a lunch, a packed lunch in Ballyvaughan. And we're going then to Corcomroe Abbey, and we will have a talk there, and Monaghan will lead us in respect to that. So, without further ado, a great weekend. It's an opportunity for you to get to know your cousins. There are a number of genealogy people with Anne and with Paddy, who will help you trace your roots and look at the various DNA groups that we have and what we might need to do to open that out and maybe understand better how related or unrelated we are in respect of our DNA. So I hope you have a great weekend. I know I will get the opportunity to meet and greet, and with permission, a warm hug. And I hope you have an enjoyable evening and indeed overall a great weekend, and I hope it is a fabulous experience. So once again, we have kicked it off this evening. I would like again to thank our Mayor, Claire Malloy, and indeed our fellow councillors who really have made this happen, and we are so, so appreciative of it. Thank you.
We're just getting a couple of photographs, so you're very welcome to start filtering into the reception area for some food and drinks.
Okay, do you want to get a photograph of everybody up here?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, yeah, what's the best way to do that? Just get everybody and up here?
You decide, Eamon's at the top.
Right.
We need to kill.
Yes, that'd be great, yeah.
That's going on.
Yeah.
I'll just get that back, and I'm so afraid that my phone was going to start blowing.
I was grateful. All right, we got to stop this. All right, stop video. Thank you again so much.